Pre-pandemic, it was definitely in person, big time, with lots of follow-up. You know, the old rule of booking a meeting from a meeting was constantly ongoing. So average 3 to 5 meetings before we closed a sale. And then learning how to do something slightly different post-pandemic or during pandemic was interesting at best. You know, because a lot of the clients didn't know how to handle that anymore either, because they weren't used to engaging with a screen as opposed to someone sitting across the table from them. And so it took a while before we started seeing that turn a bit and people becoming more willing to open up a bit. But recently, we've seen some of our clients go back to more in-person meetings, but they're even in more of a hybrid mode. We may have the final closing meeting in person, but everything else prior to that, including the opening of getting a client even interested, has all been done online through emails, phone calls, you name it. So it's good. I think it's going to be a hybrid for the future. Yeah, and so that's a challenge from a salesperson's perspective. If you didn't grow up in this industry and understanding how to make that kind of a pivot, and you have to go back to the way it used to be, that's going to be hard on people. So I think, you know, the sales training that's out there has got to take this into account if it's not already doing that.
I was just going to add to that. Yeah, and that's the challenge that we see with all the organizations that we work with. And really what it is, it's, you know, before the pandemic, it would take 8 to 10 touches, meaning whether you called them, whether you sent them an email, sent them a LinkedIn invite, whatever, just to get someone to respond, whether that was yes or stop bothering me. Since the pandemic hit, it's been now 14 to 16. So almost double. And then also, Forrester did some research in terms of the number of individuals that are involved in making a decision. And most buying centers went from going from 6 to 8 people to 8 to 12. So now you've got more people involved, and you've got a longer runway that you have to deal with. So the numbers are already stacked up against you. So the first thing I would look at if I were looking at your CRM or looking at the tools that your sales team uses is, one, how many touches are they doing for each prospect that they're reaching out to, and then also how long has it been? Because if it takes 14 to 16 and they're reaching out to them every 2 days, it's going to take you almost 28 days to get someone just to even respond back to you or put them in a different sequence for them.